Jai Shri Ram. About Hanuman Chalisa, a few things that we should all remember. It starts with Sri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijamana Mukuru Sudhari, Nijamana Mukura Sudhari, Baranau Raghuvara Vimala Yasha, Jodayak Phalachari. Jodayak Phalachari, that means one who bestows the four fruits. फलचारी, फोर फ्रूट्स, चार फल जो देते हैं. एंड व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस फर्स्ट कपलेट? श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निजमन मुकुर सुधारी बरणौ रघुवर विमल यश जोदायक फलचारी. हैविंग क्लीन्ड द मिरर ऑफ माई माइंड which is full of rajas. Rajas is, a trait. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Rajas means a lot of greed and action and anger and emotion and passion. And Rajas is necessary, but excess of Rajas is dangerous. So, having cleaned the mirror of my mind, which is, the mind is full, suffused of Rajas. You have to develop sattvic quality. So, Tulsidas is saying, I have cleaned the mirror of my mind of all the rajas using the dust of the lotus feet of my Gurudev. And after this, I am now proceeding to describe the glory of Sri Rama. Baranau Raghuvara Vimalayasha, untarnished glory of Sri Rama, and who is the most excellent of people in the lineage of Raghu, and who bestows the four fruits. So what are the four fruits? These are the four purusharthas. In Sanatana Dharma, we believe that there are four purusharthas or goals of human life, which are dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Dharma means the path that you must tread, righteous deeds, right? So everything has to be done keeping dharma in mind. Artha is wealth, material riches gained by honest means. Kama, fulfillment of desires in accordance with dharma. And moksha, which is the final goal, which is release from the bondage of worldly existence and repeated cycle of life, birth and death. So, those are the four goals that Rama bestows. So, that is one thing. Next, if you turn to page, the next is Buddhihina Tanu Janike Sumirau Pavan Kumar Bala Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi Harhu Kalesha Vikar. If you look at the meaning of this shloka, this doha, whatever you want to call it, the standard translation is realizing the inadequacy of my intellect, buddhihin, that I am a buddhihin fellow, I am an ignoramus, I am a dull-witted fellow, so I am meditating on you, O Hanumanji, the son of Pavan, and grant me strength, intelligence and true knowledge, and remove all my afflictions and faults in the character. बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार. But there are other great saints who have translated this as owing to buddhihinata, almost untranslatable. You see, there are so many Sanskrit words which are untranslatable into English. So buddhihinata, you can say degeneration of higher mental faculties. That means lacking spirituality, becoming very grossly materialistic and greedy and lusty and all that. So owing to this buddhihinata, I have acquired this human body and I understand this truth. Therefore grant me bala buddhi vidya dehu mohi. Bala, strength, vidya, knowledge, intelligence. Bala buddhi vidya dehu mohi. So, this is a better translation. So, when you are saying buddhihina tanujanike sumiro pavan kumar bala buddhi vidya dehu mohi harahu kalesha vikar, what we are actually saying is na buddhi heenam ante buddhi chedipodam vallana manava janma labhinchindi. And the very fact that you are born as a human is proof that you have incurred some negative karma. You have committed some negative karma and now you are facing the consequences. So, I understand that the very fact that I am born as a human is proof that my buddhi had degenerated. So, you are praying to Hanuman, please confer me, confer on me, give me, bala buddhi vidya dehu mohi. So this I think is a right way to understand it. We will look at some more shlokas of the Hanuman Chalisa. Next, if you look at the 13th shloka, सहस वदन तुम्हारो यश गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै. So, who is this Sahasa Vadana? Have you ever thought about it? Sahasa Vadana means the 10,000 headed Adishesha on whom Vishnu is reclining. And Tulsidas is saying, Sahasa Vadana tumharo yash gavai asa kahi Sripati kantha lagavai. That means Rama has taken Hanumanji into his embrace and stated that even Sheshnag, that is Balram avatar, Sheshnag, the 1,000-headed serpent, sings the glory of Hanuman. So very interesting, isn't it? Sahasa vadana tumharo yash gavai asa kahi Sripati kantha lagavai. But Vivekananda interpreted it as the 1,000-headed serpent can be taken as a personification of all the scriptures. That means you will find Hanuman being praised in all the Hindu Shastras. In fact, most people perhaps are not aware, the maximum number of temples in India are Hanuman temples. Okay, so Vivekananda gives a very interesting interpretation. He says you need not take it as Seshnag or Adisesha. It is a symbol. The metaphor stands for the scriptures, personification of scriptures. So, thousands, lakhs of scriptures you will find Hanumanji is praised. Hanuman is an embodiment of devotion, service, loyalty, strength, intelligence, all virtues he embodies. Jai Shri Ram. We will look at some more shlokas. So the next doha or shloka, whichever, I want you to look at number 31. Ashta Siddhi Navanidhi ke data Asavara Deen Janaki Mata. So Mother Sita granted you the boon that you will be the bestower of Ashta Siddhis. So Hanumanji can confer Siddhis on us. Siddhi, there is again, it's an untranslatable word. The nearest word in English would be thaumaturgic powers. Actually, thaumaturgy is simply a big word for magic. So, Siddhis are mystical powers. So, what are they? And Tulsidas is saying that Sita Devi, Sita Maya granted Hanuman the power. She gave him the blessing and the boon that Hanuman will be capable of bestowing on anybody these Ashtasiddhis. And what are the Ashtasiddhis briefly? Anima, reducing one's body to the size of an atom. You know, every year, every Kumbh Mela, lakhs of Naga sadhus come. Nobody makes any arrangement for them, for buses or trains, and where they stay, how they come, nobody knows. It is still a mystery. It is believed that they have this Siddhi, Anima, and they also have other Siddhis. That is why they magically transport themselves from the Himalayas and magically appear in Ujjain and Rishikesh, Haridwar and Prayagraj. It is amazing. Anyway, so Anima means reducing oneself to the size of an atom. Mahima, expanding one's body to an infinitely large size. Mahima. Garima, becoming very heavy. Laghima, becoming very light like a feather. Prapti, unrestricted access to all places. Prapti. That means he can go to any place. Prakamya, achieving whatever one desires. Of course, here we must note that in Bhagavatam, Krishna clearly says, the only Siddhi that he does not part with is the Siddhi of creation. You cannot create the entire universe and destroy it. Other than that, all other things are allowed. So, Prakamya. Prapti is unrestricted access to all places. Prakamya. Prakamya is realizing whatever one desires. And Ishitva, absolute lordship. And Vashitva, subjugating all, conquering all, bringing anything in nature under one's control. All the laws of nature can be under your control. So, Anima, Mahima, Garima, Laghima, Prapti, unrestricted access to all places. Prakamya, realizing whatever one desires, Ishitva, absolute lordship, and Vashitva, Vashikaram, Vashitva, subjugating all. And of course, the rider is, the limiting condition is absolute, total creation and destruction of creation, not allowed. And Asavardhina Janaki Ashtasiddhi Navanidhi ke data. What are these Navanidhis? The 9 treasures. Of course, in Puranas there are 9 treasures mentioned, and Kubera is the in charge and all that. But the 9 treasures should be taken in a more spiritual sense, not in the literal sense. They are the 9 types of bhakti, which is Shravanam. Shravanam means listening. The taste to enjoy, the rasa in listening to Bhagavad Gita, listening to Ramayana, Mahabharata is something that comes with the grace of Krishna or Rama or Hanumanji. Because people normally like to listen to some trash. They will watch some dirty movies. But they get bored very fast because they don't have the taste for it. This samskara. See, it requires Rama's, Krishna's grace, Hanuman's grace for us to develop Rama Bhakti. Being a Krishna Bhakta or a Rama Bhakta or a Hanuman Bhakta is itself proof that you are blessed. So, what are the nine types of devotion? Shravanam, listening. Kirtanam, bhajan. At least every day you should sing one bhajan for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, or learn at least 10 bhajans. Smaranam, thinking of God. When I go to the gym also, I do every set with the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. 16 reps. So please do something like that. Smaranam, think of God. Think of Rama. Pada Sevanam, that is service and puja. Archanam, that is again you can have your own Ishtadevata and do all the rituals. Vandanam, Vandanam you can understand, obeisance, Sashtanga Dandam, and do circumambulation, Pradakshinam. It has great spiritual merit. And then Dasyam. Dasyam means you are a servant. You are a servant of Krishna. Therefore, 1873, Arjuna says, Nashto moha smritir labdha Tvatprasadan mayachyuta sthitosmi gata sandeha karishye vachanantava. Karishye vachanantava, 1873. That means, I will carry out your mission. I will follow your orders. I will do your bidding. Your task will be accomplished. He is giving assurance to Krishna. Karishye vachanam tava. So, be an agent, be a servant of Krishna. And once you are an agent or servant of Krishna, you will be saved from the karmic repercussions. Right? Dasyam. Sakhyam. That means treating God as your friend. See, God doesn't treat you as a slave. Because in the Vedas also, the Vedic Rik, Dva Suparna Sakhaya Sahaya, Dva Suparna Sahaya, Dva Swaparna Sayuja Sakhaya Samanam Vruksham Parishasvajate Tayoranya Pipalam Swadvati Anashnan Anyo Abhichakashiti. I'm sorry, the dog in the background is barking and that's irritating me. So Vedas also say that the Supreme Lord is a friend, is a constant companion. So he resides in your heart. So that is Sakhyam. Treat God as your friend. And Atma Nivedana, total surrender. 1866 Bhagavad Gita. What does 1866 Bhagavad Gita say? Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja ham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. This is a very difficult sloka to explain. Many people are confused and all kinds of wrong interpretations are available. In simple language, what this means is Krishna is telling you, do everything as an offering to me. Whatever you do, understand that you are doing it for me, not for your own selfish ego. And if you can do this much, I'll take care of everything else. Atma Nivedana. So, you open up a line of conversation with Krishna. Talk to Krishna, Rama, Hanuman. And you can confide. Every day you must have 5 minutes you talk to him. Confide in him. Tell him your problems. And you will find miraculously answers start coming up. Jai Shri Ram. I hope it didn't bother you. That dog in the background that barks and that irritates me, and sometimes, I slip up. Anyway, Jai Shri Ram. I hope this was a useful small talk. Jai Shri Ram.